Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me. It's actually the same day as I did my previous video, and in that video we did these window flips in the style of Rachel Roxy Creations, but in these, if you remember, I'd actually stuck the image behind the window. So this one is going to attach to a page because I've left a tab on it. So I've got this paper here because the light shines on the glass mat. So that would attach onto the page like that and flip. So we did that. I'd already made that one, hadn't I? So you didn't see me do that one. I did this one. Let me just raise this camera slightly. Yeah, I think that might be better for you. I did this one yesterday in the video. And that was one of Lulu's, Rachel's daughter's images. And these were Lulu's papers as well. And this one I've done slightly differently as well. Again, I've put the image behind the window of the envelope, and on the back of it there is a pocket, and again these are Lulu's papers, so that fits in there. But for this one I've actually joined another part, well, another piece of paper, and made a pocket on the back, so that will actually, when it goes into a journal, it will hang over the journal. It will hang over the journal page like that. You can put a paper clip on it if you want to, but actually the weight of it does hold on to it quite well, and it just does sit on your journal page, so it can be put anywhere in the journal that you want it to. And all that I've done with that is I've used the window envelope there and put the pocket on the back the same, and then on the other piece, it was actually the back of the envelope that I had laying around. I've covered it with some of Rachel's papers, and I've made a pocket there at the bottom. And then on the back of it, again, I've covered it. That's actually one of Rachel's new wallpaper papers. So I've covered the back of it, and I've made a pocket at the side. And then I've used one of Rachel's papers there to make a card, journaling card, that just goes in the back of that. And then all I've done is put a strip of fabric across the top of both to join them together. So that's just another variation of using the window envelope. Oh, sorry, I'm banging you. And then the other thing that I did, I'd put these images behind these two, and I've just continued on those. So this one I've extended it with again, that's a flap, so that's going to sit onto a page and flap out. And then on the back of that, I've just done a journaling card in that pocket. I liked that because I thought it looked like these two people are sat in the, can you see those people there? I thought it looked like they were sat in a garden. And then this one, I've attached the flip at the side there, so that's a piece of fabric. Again, that's one of Lulu's images there, as this was, and the papers there. And then I've backed that again, that's one of Rachel's new papers as well, and that one. And I've just put a pocket on there with one of the images from Lulu's kit on there. So they're the ones that we did, or that I finished off yesterday. Today I wanted to do something a little bit differently. Some of you may know Amy, Craftycat, and I'll put a link to her video below, but she's been making ephemera from book pages, and I've made a couple, and I thought I'd carry on and make another one, or a couple of them. So these are just book pages. So what she's done is, or sheet of A4, this is actually the back of a book that had some blank paper in. I've cut this one down to how I want it, so it's literally just folded in half and then folded in half again, so that it gives you a little booklet kind of thing. And the way that Amy's decorated them is image on the front. The back is going to get glued down onto a journal page, but you could have it freestanding, in which case you'd put another image on the back there. I've got something stuck on there. And then when it opens, there's a journaling card that goes in there. So that's one of Rachel's cards there. So that journaling card goes in there. And then this she's done as a flip up. So you've got journaling space there. And I've just put a little pocket on there with one of Rachel's tags in, and that closes that way. So again, it would sit into your journal page, or you could have it freestanding if you wanted to. And then I did another one this time it opens that way, so just folded the opposite way. So that opens that way. It has a journaling card in there. You could write on, there's some space in there, and this one's got a little pocket on there. That just needs stitching round. I've not stitched around this yet. And then it flips up there for some extra journaling space. So they're two that can go into a journal ready and done. And I just thought I would make one with you. And then if you want to join along with me, then, you know, please do. Just give myself, I'm sorry that light shines on just there. So using one of Rachel's papers again, just wondering whether that glue book's sticky or not. I don't think it is. Yep, I've got some glue. So I'd already cut this piece out. So that's going to be my front piece on this pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on the front. I'd already cut this one out, so I'm not going to give any measurements, because when you make this, or if you decide to make this, it's going to depend on the size of the paper that you fold. So if you haven't got a book page that's big enough, then, you know, you can use a piece of A4. It would work perfectly fine with that. It's always difficult to get things centered while you haven't got that very straight, have I? Let me just pull it closer to me. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing, but I just can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Still a little bit wonky there, but I'm not going to worry about it, because I can ink the edges and it will just hide that a little bit. So I might want to trim that later when I've finished. So that's going to be the outside of it. So it's going to open like that. This one here is going to be the pocket, and this is going to be the flip up. So to enable it to be a flip up, that's my ruler. We're going to just open this, and I don't know if you can see, but there is the crease line there. So what I'm going to do is very carefully cut down that fold line just as far as the middle. So now that will become the flip, and that will become the pocket. So this one will get glued down, and then this one we'll decorate. To be sure that they're not going to catch, I don't know the best way to do this. You just need to take a little slither off the one that's going to be the flip, just so that it doesn't catch on the pocket when you close it down. So I need something to go on these. What should we decorate that with? This is the paper that I used for that bird, so I think I might just carry on. Yeah, I think I might put that on there. I like the M. Nothing's ever quite accurate, is it, with paper? So I'm just going to rip that across there. So this is the back of my pocket that I'm doing, and I want it to have the M, if I can. So I'm just going to tear that across there. Like that. And then I'll glue that onto there. I've had a few people say that my videos are dark. I do apologise. I have got a light, one of the ring lights that the people use, and it does seem to work, but I know my cutting mat is dark green, so I wondered if it was because of that you can't see. So I've put my glass mat down. I'd stopped videoing on my glass mat because I'd had a couple of people say that they didn't need to see what equipment I was using because it has a name on it. So hopefully you can't see the name of it. But I do like using the glass mat. It just it's easy to wipe down when you're working with mixed media or inks or things like that. Little baby wipe on it and it's perfect. So I do like using it, and I know other people have them as well. And it was something that I got for Christmas, so I always like to use what's been bought me. I don't want to waste it. Sorry, I'm just trimming off these edges because my cutting wasn't perfect, was it? Never mind. Yeah, so I like that very much. So that's going to close like that. Get these bits out the way. Going to close like that. Honestly, these bits of paper, sorry. So the beautiful bird there is going to open up like that. This is going to be a pocket, so I will put a notch in there when the paper's dry. If I try and do it now, it doesn't cut properly. Because you're going to when I cut the notch, you're going to see. I'm just going to grab a strip of paper and I'm just going to put that on the inside of there, just so that when you slightly see inside there, you're not going to see the cream paper. As I say, if you're making these out of a book page, you know, you might see a little bit of book page there, which I personally don't mind seeing, but I don't think people want to see just some plain cream paper. So I'm just going to stick that there so that when the notch is cut, you'll just see that. The little pixies are around again, pinching my scissors. There. So that's that side done, apart from I need to glue there and there. I'm just going to wait for that glue to dry a little bit before I do that. Now this one, I just want some paper on there. And I think I might actually use that. These wallpapers of Rachel's are lovely. I'm really enjoying using them. I wonder if that's straight. And it's nice and neutral. So whatever I put as a pocket or whatever I decide, however I decide to decorate it, is going to show up nicely. So that's going to go on there, and that will be the flip up. Just checking how sticky my paper is. I'm running out of glue again. You do get through an awful lot of glue when you do collages and things. So that's going to go on there. Just make sure that's nicely stuck down. And actually what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make this piece of leftover that I've got from the kit page. I think I might put that on there as a little pocket with the butterfly on. It's pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to do that. When I print to do collage, I only use thin paper. So what I'm actually going to do is just fold this piece of paper that I've been gluing on. And I'm going to put that on there. I'm just going to glue it on the back, just to give it a little bit more heft so that it's a bit more of a substantial pocket. Yep, that'll do nicely. I'm just going to glue those edges over so that they don't get caught. How wide is that? How wide do I want it? I think I'm going to cut it off where the edge of it is. And then I'm just going to neaten that bit up there. Make sure that's glued on. And then that'll just go on there as a pocket. And I might actually round the corner. So that will just go on there. Isn't that pretty? And just be a pocket on there. I'm not going to glue it on at the moment because we need to put some writing paper on here. What do I want to use for that? I've printed off Rachel's pink papers. That one's not going to be quite big enough. I wonder if I've got another of the pink. I've got green. I don't think I want green. These are from Rachel's coloured tea dye papers, or coffee dyed papers. Oh, and I've got some of the coffee one, the greys and blues. I quite like that one actually. Does it matter that it's going to go that way? I don't think so. And it hasn't got the words on it, so that would work better, wouldn't it? So it's going to, if I cut it that way, then it will go on in one piece. Ish. And of course it's too long, so if I can hold it in place just to... Amy's been doing all sorts of pockets with book pages, and I will put a link to her channel below, as I said. And of course you can adapt them and do, you know, whatever you want with them. And that's the beauty of us sharing. The other thing that I thought you could do with these is, instead of making this a flip, you could have two pockets. So just you'd close it across the bottom and have two pockets that way, and then maybe put some extra book pages in here just as an extra little booklet that you can put into a journal. All sorts of ideas. Let's just put some glue on here. I need a bigger glue book, I think. This one, it's just not cutting it, is it, to do the long papers. And if I can get this paper on level in one go, oops, it would be a miracle. But you never know. Trying to make sure, sorry, excuse my arm. I'm just going to bring it a little bit closer to me, so apologies if you can see me, my head in the way. Maybe if I line it up against that edge first. How wonky can you go, Carol? Quite wonky, I think. Right, try again. Straight edge to straight edge, how's that? And I bet you were all saying to do that in the first place. There we go. And as I say, if it's hanging over, I can trim it up once it's dry. Just make sure it's glued where it's going to be folded, which is about just there. Brilliant. So I'm just going to trim where it overhangs there. Where else did I have it hanging? There we go. So that will go on there, and that will have that little pocket on there. So that's going to be a pocket, isn't it? So let me glue that one up while you're with me. I'm trying to keep these videos within about 20 minutes, so I don't keep you too long. So I'm not very fast, I know. So I know people can get more than one thing made in a video. And when I've finished this, I will go round and ink it, and I'll still cut the divot in that bit because I can get my trimmer in there and cut the little half circle. And then don't forget that's going to go on there. So I'm really pleased with that. So that's 3 that I'll have made. I'll make some cards to go in there, and when I come back next time, I'll show you what else I've made using Amy from Craftycat's method of folding book pages. Thank you so much for coming to join me. I hope you like this one. Please take care. Thank you. Bye bye.